This is our sun middle-aged, stable, and 5 billion years from its end. When that end comes, this entire solar system will be completely transformed. The Sun is already classified as a G-type main sequence star. Its death is written in its mass. Right now, that mass is driving a core that fuses 600 million tons of hydrogen. That fusion pushes outward, perfectly balanced against gravity for now. In 5 billion years, that balance breaks. We see the balance as the photosphere 500 kilometers thick, glowing at 5700 Kelvin. But above it, mysteriously, the corona burns at 1,000,000 degrees 200 times hotter than the surface. None of this heat reaches the center, where helium ash is silently building the waste of 4.6 billion years of fusion. Once the hydrogen runs out, that helium ash will cause the core to shrink and the outer layers to swell. The subgiant phase then begins, the Sun growing 15% larger and brighter in its first visible transformation. This is because the helium core compresses and heats, approaching 100 million Kelvin. Over 1 billion years, that compression forces the outer envelope to swell to twice the Sun's current radius. The helium core is now almost ready to ignite, and that ignition will be violent. The red giant phase erupts. Mercury is engulfed. Venus is engulfed. Now swollen to 200 times its current size, the Sun consumes the entire inner solar system. We are now inside the red giant's outer atmosphere. Earth's orbit lies just beneath us. From here, the red giant sheds its outer layers into space as a continuous stellar wind. Its volume is now so vast it could contain the entire inner solar system within it. Earth may survive this, migrating outward as the Sun loses mass. Across the churning surface, convective cells larger than our entire Sun today boil and turn. Through this phase, the Sun loses 30% of its mass, blown away by the stellar wind. Meanwhile, the exposed helium core cannot regulate its own ignition. What follows is the helium flash. The helium flash, the single most powerful event in the Sun's entire life. After the flash subsides, the core settles into stably burning helium. It will continue this helium burning, producing carbon and oxygen, for 100 million years. But when that helium is finally exhausted, the Sun expands again, even further this time. A surrounding helium shell ignites in violent thermal pulses, shaking the star every 10,000 years. Now an asymptotic giant branch star, its surface would stretch as far as Jupiter's current orbit. Then the final thermal pulse arrives, driving a superwind that ejects the Sun's outer layers deep into space. As those outer layers depart, the hot stellar core is exposed for the very first time. The ejected shells are now bathed in ultraviolet radiation from the exposed core, and they begin to glow. This glowing shell is a planetary nebula, the last breath of a sun-like star. Each color in that nebula is a different element, glowing in the ultraviolet light of the dying core. The vivid teal you see is doubly ionized oxygen, the most brilliant emission line in any nebula. At the very center, the stellar remnant shines at 100,000 Kelvin, compressed to the size of Earth. All around it, the nebula expands outward at 30 kilometers per second, growing year by year. Our galaxy alone holds thousands of these planetary nebulae, each the grave of a former sun-like star. The nearest one, just 600 light-years away, is a direct preview of our sun's future form. Over 30,000 years, that planetary nebula will expand and slowly fade into space. When the nebula fades, only the White Dwarf remains the sun's exposed core, now Earth-sized. That White Dwarf packs nearly the sun's entire remaining mass into a volume the size of Earth. It will cool for billions of years, no longer fusing anything, just radiating its stored heat away. As it cools, its interior crystallizes into a structure like diamond and Earth-sized cosmic gem. The White Dwarf grows dimmer with every eon, cooling toward absolute darkness. 100 trillion years from now, it becomes cold, dark and eternal, a black dwarf. And yet, this is still our sun. Knowing its fate only makes it more extraordinary. That death will create a planetary nebula visible across light-years of space. Every stellar death is beautiful, but the sun's death may be the most elegant of all. The outer planets will survive, orbiting the White Dwarf for trillions of years. Just 50,000 years of planetary nebula in a 10 billion-year stellar life. Right now, 140,000 planetary nebulae glow in our galaxy, each one a dying star. And our sun will join them, seeding the next generation of stars with carbon and heavy elements. Did you know the sun would end like this? Tell me in the comments below. Now, we return to the sun we started with, but we see it completely differently. Knowing the sun's fate it makes it far more extraordinary. In every galaxy, billions of sun-like stars are going through this same journey, right now. Our sun is almost perfectly sized to create the most beautiful stellar death possible. The sun will die, and its death will be beautiful. Next week on Cosmic Depth, the supermassive black hole at a galaxy's center wakes up. If this changed how you see the cosmos, subscribe to Cosmic Depth. If the sun looks different to you now, hit the like button and share this journey. Every star is a story. Our sun's story is not over yet. Thank you for this journey through the life and death of our sun.